Preview.
The city of Chicago hopes to cut its yearly debt payments by tens of millions of dollars through a new borrowing structure state lawmakers authorized last month, Mayor Emanuel announced Wednesday. Emanuel raised the idea at the city's annual Chicago Investors Conference that's attended by potential buyers of city debt. He said it would give the city the ability to have a tool that New York has, Philadelphia has, and Washington, D.C. In those locales, it has reduced debt payments significantly, city officials said. Using the new structure would help Chicago maintain the path of restructuring and rebalancing of its finances to create the certainty and stability that is essential for the economic growth for the city of Chicago, the mayor said. And I am determined that we be able to exercise that tool. Legislators approved the securitization structure as part of a state budget package by overriding Gov. Bruce Rauner's budget veto, but Emanuel still must get city council approval to use it. An attempt to reduce the city's costs might not be a tall order at a time when it's still grappling with tight finances. The point of the mayor's plan is to escape some of the high interest rates the city pays on some bonds because of its low debt ratings. He wants Chicago to refinance as much as $2.5 billion in city-issued bonds that are now being paid off with property and sales taxes. The city would pay them with the proceeds from a new bond issue. Then, the new entity would directly receive a portion of the city's share of state sales taxes, which now totals more than $350 million a year, to use to pay off the new debt. That would give investors greater assurance that their loans would be paid off. Even in a highly unlikely case of city bankruptcy, they'd be first in line to get paid with the portion of sales tax set aside for the new bonds. As a result, the city likely would get higher ratings on those bonds, which could translate to interest rates as much as 3 percentage points lower, city financial officials said. Those officials said they could not yet put a precise dollar figure on those savings. Emanuel hopes to get the council to approve the new financing structure and bond issues in September so that the refinancing can take place before the year is out. The money saved could help Emanuel and the council grapple with an anticipated 2018 budget shortfall that, including plans to hire hundreds of new police officers, hovers in the neighborhood of $200 million. As he often does, the mayor in his speech Wednesday also cited a number of moves he has made during his 6 years in office to shore up finances, including a huge reduction in the use of one-time revenue to pay annual costs, ending raids on city reserve funds, keeping healthcare costs in check, restructuring contributions to the 4 city worker pension funds and getting rid of variable rate debt and associated risky swap contracts. He also sent a signal to city worker unions at a time when the city is renegotiating the bulk of their contracts. To continue that structural change and cost savings, you will note the contracts for labor are up this year, Emanuel told the investors. It's a unique time in the city. I have been clear from day one. While we have done a lot of heavy lifting over the years, we have gotten to a point that I expect our partners in labor to be partners in the fiscal well-being of the city of Chicago. As we negotiate the new contracts, I expect some savings in wages in healthcare and other places, Emanuel added. We have to get to the table to find out how to say yes for both of us. Arctic at ChicagoTribune.com Twitter at Reporter Hall.